Hi, my name is Jake Thompson. 20 years ago, I was in a relationship with Lauren Rodriguez. We had a 4 year connection that felt like a lifetime, until the day I lost my job and everything fell apart. Lauren didn't stick around, she just left when I needed her the most. I could never forget how she betrayed me, and I had nothing left. So, rewind back 2 decades. I'm Jake, a 21-year-old single dad trying to navigate this thing called life with my son Aiden. We moved to a new town, a fresh start. I had a secure job and a newfound stability for the chaos of early parenthood. Back then, life was more than okay. It was a time of rebuilding, forging a future for us. In the midst of it all, fate led me to a cafe where Lauren Rodriguez, working part-time, caught my eye. Our encounters were casual at first, with a few smiles exchanged across the room. Eventually, those glances turned into conversations, and before I knew it, we were dating. But life has this funny way of flipping the script. Job loss changed everything. Up until then, I never had an issue buying her things and making sure she had what she wanted. But as the pink slips rolled in, the truth revealed itself. Within 2 months of us moving in together, the dynamic shifted. Lauren set up shop at my place, using my supplies, and hey, I didn't mind. Love conquers all, or so I thought. Bills started piling up and the financial struggle was real. Here's where the plot thickens. Reality hit when I couldn't foot all her bills. Savings only stretched so far. Suddenly, it's like she hit the panic button. Fights erupted over the simplest things. The tension was thick, and I was trying to play peacemaker while she was on the warpath. The woman I thought was my rock, my partner through thick and thin, became a storm I didn't see coming. It wasn't just about love. I was her ATM, her safety net. I guess you only know a person when the chips are down, and trust me, they were about to get even lower. What happened next? Brace yourself. The storm's just beginning. One evening, after another round of job hunting, I dragged my exhausted self to the cafe where Lauren worked. As I entered, I caught her flirting shamelessly with some random guy. Lauren, what the hell is going on here? She looked at me all nonchalant. Oh, Jake, can't you see I'm busy? Her words hit me like a punch to the gut. Accusations flew like arrows, and the cafe buzzed with tension. Busy? Flirting strangers while I'm out there trying to secure our future? Jake, why are you always so worked up? I'm just trying to make ends meet here, you know? It's not easy for me either. Make ends meet by flirting with strangers? She started sobbing, and in her pleading voice, she said, Jake, babe, please calm down. The moment she played the victim, her coworkers and even some customers began giving me disapproving looks. She skillfully painted me as the overbearing boyfriend, casting doubt on my intentions and making me look like the antagonist in our relationship. Calm down, Lauren, I walk in here and I see this. How am I supposed to react? Jake, you're embarrassing me in front of everyone. Can we talk outside? Embarrassing you? You're the one making a spectacle in your workplace. Please, Jake, this isn't the place. Let's go outside and talk. As we stepped out, her coworkers exchanged hushed whispers, and I could feel the weight of their judgmental stares. But Lauren wasn't done. Lauren, I'm not blind. I saw the way you were acting. Jake, you always jump to conclusions. I can't believe you'd accuse me of something like this. Accuse you? Lauren, I saw what I saw. And your reaction here, it's not helping your case. Jake, please, I love you. I would never do anything to hurt you. Can't you trust me? Trust you? Lauren, trust is a two-way street. What about my trust? What about our relationship? I can't believe you're making a scene over nothing. I thought you'd understand given our situation. Our situation, this isn't about our situation, it's about honesty. I deserve to know the truth. You're pushing me away, Jake. I thought you'd be there for me, but you're just making baseless accusations. Baseless? Lauren, I walked in and I saw you. How can you deny it? I'm not denying anything because there's nothing to deny. You're making up stories. After the chaotic scene at the cafe and our heated argument, I tried to collect myself. I took a walk to clear my head, hoping that things would somehow get better. In the following days, Lauren came to me, tears in her eyes, claiming she wanted to make things right. Foolishly, I believed her. We talked and argued, and eventually, I thought we had reached some sort of understanding. One evening, I walked into my rented apartment, a place that used to feel like home. The door was wide open and my heart sank. Aiden, my son, was sleeping soundly in his room. The moment I entered my bedroom, the mess was evident. Clothes strewn across the floor, the closet gaping open like a void. The cash I kept at home for daily needs was gone, along with anything of value she could lay her hands on. My watch, a gift from my father, was missing. The laptop I used for work was gone. She even took Aiden's gaming console. A heartless act that went beyond mere financial betrayal. Distraught and bewildered, I desperately sought answers. I went to the cafe where she worked, hoping for some clarity. The manager informed me. "Did you see Lauren? She left the job 2 days ago." I then spoke to her coworker. "Lauren started seeing another guy. I thought after the fight you guys might break up." "We didn't. She took my money and ran away." "Well, she was planning to move, that's what I heard." "Any idea where?" "Not really. We weren't that close. Try asking her friends." Frustrated, I attempted to reach out to her friends, only to discover that they didn't know her. It was at this point of mounting frustration that I checked my ATM, finding out that she had cleaned out my account. I never shared my ATM pin, but somehow she managed to find it. My bank account was wiped clean. I decided to take action, to bring some semblance of justice to this twisted scenario. Filing a complaint seemed like the logical step, the only way to make her answer for what she had done. Little did I know that this was just the beginning of an arduous journey. I need to file a complaint against Lauren Rodriguez. Can you tell us the details? Is she missing, or is there another issue? She's not missing, but she might as well be. She cleaned out my savings and disappeared, and I have no idea where she is. The officer diligently took down the information, her details, the sequence of events, and the gravity of the situation. However, the search that followed proved futile. We'll do our best to locate her, Mr. Thompson. Please, I need to find her before she vanishes for good. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, but Lauren remained elusive. It was as if she mastered the art of disappearing, leaving no trace behind. The authorities, despite their best efforts, couldn't locate her. It felt like chasing a ghost. In the aftermath of Lauren's betrayal, trust crumbled around me. Fueled by the need to provide for my son, I clawed my way back. From odd jobs to entrepreneurship, I turned challenges into opportunities. Aiden and I emerged stronger, proving that resilience triumphs over betrayal. The scars became badges of survival, and the future held promise. It wasn't about revenge. It was about rising stronger from the ashes. In the middle of all this, Aliyah came into my life. We've been together for more than a decade, partners in crime, facing everything side by side. We didn't do the whole legal commitment thing, but our relationship is solid. I've shared every detail about my life, including the saga with Lauren. 2 decades of rebuilding my life, and there she was, unknowingly crossing my path. I saw Lauren on the street, a mere spectator to her oblivious existence, accompanied by another man. After witnessing Lauren happily strolling down the street with her new partner, I suppressed my immediate anger, opting for a more strategic approach. A thought struck me. Why confront her directly when I could unveil the truth behind her current life? Deciding to take matters into my own hands, I hired a private investigator, a seasoned detective with a reputation for uncovering hidden truths. As the investigator delved into Lauren's life, the revelations were both shocking and enlightening. Lauren is currently engaged to a man who is involved in his family's prestigious hotel business in the city. How did she manage to catch him? She strategically entered his life by working in one of his businesses. However, it appears that her actions have caught up with her. The man she ran away with after looting you has filed a report against her, accusing her of taking his money. But that's not the end of it. 2 other men have also filed missing reports with different names, claiming that Lauren vanished after depleting their finances. Are you telling me she's a professional gold digger? In essence, yes. It seems that she has developed a pattern of dating men, extracting money from them, and then disappearing. It's a calculated and deceptive strategy. Armed with this newfound information, my focus shifted from immediate confrontation to a more methodical plan. I was determined to make her regret every wrongdoing, and the private investigator's findings were the key to unveiling her true nature. I was stunned to learn that Lauren wasn't just an ordinary girl. She was a professional gold digger who approached me purposefully. Armed with this revelation, I contacted her victims, fellow souls who, like me, had moved on with their lives. 2 of them, Brian and Kevin, who are still harboring the wounds of significant financial losses, almost their entire lifetime savings, agreed to meet with me. Unfortunately, Mark, the third victim whom she ran away with, was too far away and had pressing responsibilities, but he expressed his solidarity and wished us luck. Although the incident with me happened a long time ago, making her legally accountable was beyond our reach. However, outside the confines of the law, I was determined to make her regret the choices she had made. With the plan taking shape, I decided to approach Lauren's fiancé, David. Interestingly, fate had already paved the way for our meeting through an unexpected connection. My son, Aiden, had been involved in a business deal with one of David's close family members, given that David was engaged in family business affairs. This connection provided us with a seamless opportunity to cross paths. Simultaneously, I kept my private investigator on standby, monitoring events where David would likely be accompanied by his fiancée, Lauren. The strategic move was in motion, and its full extent would be revealed when the time was right. The opportunity came after 2 weeks, presenting itself at a grand event hosted by David's family. Aware of her manipulative nature, I knew coaxing a confession out of her wouldn't be easy. The goal was to make her uneasy and prone to mistakes. As the event unfolded, I made my entrance with Elia by my side, creating an air of casual elegance. The atmosphere was charged with anticipation as we strategically navigated the event, keeping an eye out for Lauren's presence. The stage was set for a confrontation that would unravel the web of deception. So, at the party, David's cousin, Hainery, introduced me to other guests, mostly involved in business investments and related affairs. The atmosphere was more of a business event rather than a casual gathering. "Hey, Jake." "Hello, David. How have you been? It's been a while." "Yeah, it has been a while. Have you met Elia?" David warmly greets Elia, and then the attention turns to Lauren. "You should meet my sweetheart. Lauren, honey." Lauren, who was engaged in conversation, caught sight of me. Her expression changed as she tried to maintain composure. Seizing the opportunity, I smoothly initiated a conversation. "Hello, Lauren. You are more beautiful in person. David tells me a lot about you." Finally, we met. Lauren was dumbfounded, and then she attempted to play along. "Oh, hey, Mr. Sweetie, I told you about my new friend, Jake Thompson." "Your friend?" "Oh, yeah. You told me about him." Seizing the opportunity, I decided to introduce David to my associates. "Let me introduce you to my associates." I take David with me to introduce him to various guests, maintaining a strategic distance from Lauren for the time being. Lauren's face is a mix of surprise and concern, realizing that I might share the story with David. Meanwhile, Elia and Aiden keep a watchful eye on Lauren throughout the event, ready for any sign of her unraveling. Lauren's face is an absolute spectacle, and witnessing the reactions of people who are aware of her past deeds at the party, coupled with her fiancé's innocence, makes the whole situation even more intriguing. After the party concludes and David shows no signs of being aware, Lauren might have sensed that we hadn't spilled the beans to him yet. The tension is palpable, and it seems like our strategic approach is keeping her on edge, uncertain of what might unfold next. The anticipation for the impending confrontation continues to build. In the aftermath of the party, Lauren's anger seemed to smolder, biding its time until it erupted into a fiery confrontation. It only took a few days for her to track down Aiden, my son. I anticipated that she might come after him, and I was prepared for the storm that followed. She zeroed in on Aiden's home office, the very place where he devoted himself to his work. The air in the room became charged with tension as Lauren, consumed by resentment, spat out her bitter question at Aiden. "Where's your loser dad?" "Oh, Lauren, to what do I owe the unexpected pleasure of your visit to my place?" Anton, his employee, sensing the tension, offered to intervene. Mr. Thompson, I don't know how she came here. Aiden stops him. "It's okay, Anton. You may leave." "What are you and your loser dad up to?" "I have no idea what you're talking about." Seeing Aiden so calm only fueled Lauren's fury. She couldn't comprehend his composed demeanor. "You don't know? What games are you guys playing with me? Where is Jake?" "Why don't you ask your boss?" "By the way, who's your boss?" Lauren, caught off guard, was unprepared for Aiden's counter. Her frustration deepened. "What nonsense are you talking about?" "Maybe you should check yourself first. You don't even know where your boss is and you're asking me?" That hit Lauren hard. and I observed the scene unfolding from my office, taking in the entire view in front of me. Why don't you check your workplace? Maybe you'll find out where he is. As Aiden had made deals with David's family business, Lauren now fell under one of my realms. Being a high-ranking executive in the business, I subtly used my influence to secure a position where I would hold authority. Eventually, Lauren found herself answerable to me. The tables had turned, and now I held a position of power over the person who once manipulated and betrayed me. The irony of the situation wasn't lost on me, and it marked a sweet victory in the grand scheme of things. Amidst the power shift, Lauren was so absent-minded that she didn't even realize the transformation. In that very event, right before her eyes, I had become her boss. A fact that seemed to escape her in her fury. When Aiden told her, the realization hit her hard, and she stormed out of the house in a fit of anger. From my vantage point, I observed Lauren making a call outside. It was evident that she was trying to confirm something about me. Perhaps calling her workplace for information. The mere suggestion that she might have called to check on me only fueled her fury. Lauren was on our lawn, and from the window, I showed the bull red flag. I waved my hand at her, and she saw me. She came screaming at me. Jake Thompson! Seeing her was so funny. As I predicted, she was completely pissed off. Calm down, Lauren, what happened? I hardly held back my laugh. What the hell are you doing? First you showed up in front of me at the event pretending not to know me? Now you're trying to overpower me at my workplace for what? Whoa, Lauren, cool down. Why would I do something like that? Really? You want me to say it myself? Okay then. You want to take revenge because I left you years ago. That's why you showed up in front of me. You want to ruin my happy life. She started sobbing, using the same manipulating technique which had no use on me. Instead, I wanted to provoke her. So I said, Lauren, you didn't leave me. You ran away after stealing my money. After everything I did for you. That hit her on the spot. Lauren was already not in her full composure, considering David wasn't here. Her guard was down, and she moved with full swing. You did what for me? I took care of you, trusted you blindly, loved you, but it was a mistake. No, Jake, it was my mistake to think that you could be my man. You were capable, so I believed the words that you could provide for me. I believed you. You promised me so much but gave nothing. You were such a loser, and dating you made me an even bigger loser. You couldn't even keep your job, so what? So what if I took all of your money? I did it purposely. I stole the watch you adore so much, the one your dad gave you as a gift. I remember everything. So, you remember what you did? Lauren speaks in a loud voice, her anger echoing through the house. Her voice is resentful. And do you remember what you did? You humiliated me in front of so many people. You looked down on me. That's why I did that. You became so unbearable for me. I want to get rid of that feeling. Every day I had to see that little boy in front of me was enough. On top of that, losing your job makes you so cheap. I want to teach you a lesson. I did it because you made me do it. So, did you become a con artist after that, or were you always like that? What the hell does that mean? Brian and Kevin emerged from the study, and Lauren was visibly shocked. Hey, Lauren. I guess you're enjoying your life a little too much. What are you doing here? She looked at me, then at Brian and Kevin. Surprisingly, she didn't run or scream. Instead, she seemed shocked, yet so furious that she was ready to confront all of it. What are you guys? No way. Did you guys plan all of this together? So, why did you take my money? And what about Mark? You ran away with him. Lauren laughed mockingly. All of you bunch of losers. You guys, all of you want to know why I did that? We trusted you, Lauren, and you only scammed us. Lauren glanced around at all of us. How many of you are here? Just you three? All of us exchanged glances. So, there are others too? Thank you, Lauren. She was taken aback by my unexpected gratitude. What? Thank you for telling the truth. And then, the showtime moment arrived. A round of applause echoed from behind us as David entered. You're sure quite an artist, Lauren. She wasn't expecting this. Dumbfounded, Lauren stood there, facing the consequences of her deceit. Honey, weren't you supposed to go to an important meeting? Yeah, I was, and that's why I'm here. Lauren let her guard down, and as a result, she walked onto her own grave. Still, she spoke nonchalantly as if nothing had happened. Honey, why didn't you tell me you were going here? Lauren, Jake told me everything. What did he tell you? You don't believe him, right? He wants to take revenge on me. And you also confessed to what you committed. I heard everything. I didn't do anything. You know me. They all ganged up on me. It's all his doing. She pointed at me, sobbing again. Classic Lauren. Listen to me, honey. David's words hung heavy in the air, each syllable a testament to the shattered trust and broken dreams that Lauren had callously left in her wake. All this time, I was hearing you. The only question that kept echoing in my mind was, are you the woman I love so dearly? I felt broken into so many pieces that it's hard for me to sit there and hear every single word that you said. Lauren, desperately clinging to the unraveling threads of her deception, pleaded with a sense of urgency. Honey, please, listen to me. He only wants to frame me. Why do you even believe him? We've been together for so long. How can you trust him and not me? David, torn between love and betrayal, struggled to make sense of the tangled web of deceit. That's what I said to him. But then, he showed me this side of yours. I could see David's pain in his eyes, a reflection of the betrayal I had once felt. It was a shared agony, and David's next question cut through the facade. Did you ever be real with me? Or did you also approach me purposely? Lauren, caught in her own web of lies, hesitated before responding. David, not allowing her to dodge the truth, pressed harder. Did you ever love me, Lauren? Lauren, the architect of her own downfall, uttered words that held the weight of 1,000 deceptions. I did. I am ending my relationship with you, Lauren. Something is seriously wrong with you. You need to face the consequences of what you did to all those people. No, I don't want it. Please don't do it. You know how much I love you. She started crying and pleading, claiming her innocence. Jake, thank you for telling me all of this. I will give you any evidence you need. I will see you later. For now, I need to clear my head. Sure, David. David said goodbye to the others, and Lauren followed him, pleading behind him. I watched as David left, his shoulders heavy with the weight of betrayal. Lauren trailed behind him, tears and pleas echoing through the hallway. The scene was surreal, a dramatic culmination of a saga that had unfolded over 2 decades. As David and Lauren disappeared from view, I turned to my companions, Brian and Kevin. We exchanged knowing glances, a silent acknowledgement of the journey we had embarked on together. The battle was far from over, but a sense of camaraderie had formed among us. Born out of shared pain and a common goal for justice, David's decision to break off the engagement wasn't just a personal upheaval, but a seismic shift in Lauren's life. It signified the beginning of her facing the consequences of her fraudulent acts. Legal proceedings uncovered more victims, weaving a damning tapestry of evidence against her. Victims, including me, Brian, Kevin, and Mark, found solace in the slow unraveling of her deception. Justice was prevailing, and the legal system was peeling away the layers of lies. With each passing day, it became evident that Lauren could no longer slip through the cracks. The karma she had artfully avoided was catching up, and the united efforts of those she had wronged ensured she faced the accountability she had long eluded.